Rachel Downey.
If you want leading indicators for B2B success, you have to shift your focus to what truly drives a buyer. Trust, maybe education. I don't know, but Selma lives by that principle. Truth is, the buyer has already made up their mind before the first sales call. Their opinion of your brand is sealed long before sales enters the picture. That's why she treats content not as a marketing expense, but as a mission-critical revenue engine. I was eager to learn more about this, obviously, because we're in the content game, but I wanted to understand how she thinks about it from an investment perspective. So I called and asked her, why is content such an important investment for a CRO? Here's what she had to say.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message.
Hey Rachel, it's Selma from Agorapulse. I wanted to share a perspective that's been top of mind for me lately. You know, this thing about content and why it's actually the most important lever for a CRO? When you think about what a CRO does, most people think about sales and how to sell more and how to sell faster. And yeah, that matters. Of course, acquisition matters and retention matters. But, you know, these are just outputs actually. If you do other things well, that will flow. And this is the output of a combination of trust, education, and connection. And you know what makes it all work together? Actually, that's content. The buyers don't just want a product. They want to know that they're making the right choice. And you know, when they're in front of a salesperson, it's already too late for that. Because what will the sales rep tell them? Usually it's like, oh, please, can you do me a demo of the product? And can you tell me why it's better than the competitor ones? That just is not enough. In some other cultures, like Germany, for example, most of the process of buying a new solution is done without having the sales rep in the room. So how can you build that trust, that education, that connection, if you're not even allowed to be there? And that's why actually content matters so much. It's because that helps to create that first relationship that your sales will just enhance instead of having to build that from scratch. And what helps even more is when it's completely aligned with what the sales rep would say. So if the content can speak for yourself, then the sales rep can just manage the relationship and the transaction. And that makes our life so much easier. Not just only for acquisition, for retention, for expansion as well, because the relationship doesn't end when the contract is signed. And for me, it matters that the relationship is kept even after that, because who knows, we need to sign more next quarter. You know that. You know, one last thing pops in my mind is that we think about content as a marketing thing, blog posts, white papers. But here at Agorapulse, you know, we're selling like social media solutions. And what we observe is that we sell to marketing people. So these guys know how to write blog posts, how to write white papers. You can't fake them. So what you need to do is help them, educate them. And that's why every touch point matters. And that's why content is many of these touch points. And at the end, you know what I love with content? It's a scalable tool. If you want to produce more business, usually what I'm hearing is that, oh, just hire more reps. But you know, content, that scales. You can reach out to 10 times more people without having to hire one single rep. And because of that, when the discussion arrives to a sales rep, that is good quality, girl. And I love that. That was it. Everything I wanted to share with you. I hope you enjoy your day and talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening. Want your podcast to do more? Subscribe to Genius Cuts because it's never just a podcast. You can find it at shareyourgenius.com.